Hi, I'm Christina Whitney, a studio educator with Handi Quilter. Welcome to part 3 of the Ruler of the Month Club 5 Heartfelt Wholecloth. Okay, we're going to be working with the half carat diamond template. I'm going to slide it on over my foot, and then we're going to place the diamond in between these two large hearts. And I'm going to use my line here to line it up. Now you got to remember when you're using rulers that you have to give yourself 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the ruler for the actual stitch line. So over here I'm lining the ruler about 1/4 of an inch away from that heart, and same thing on this side. Taking this point and lining it up along the line, and then checking this top point and rotating it so it's lined up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and with that in position, I'm going to start out needle down, needle up, pull up my bobbin thread, take it back, do a couple stitches, do it one-handed. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow along the edge of the ruler, coming up. Notice that I pause a little bit at the point just so I get a nice good stitch there. Coming down the other side. And I feel like I should probably put some ruler base on this template to hold it in position. And I'm getting pretty close to hitting that heart, so I'm just adjusting the template just a tiny bit to try to avoid crossing over. Okay. So now the next step in the direction is to use the template to add some extra lines through the design. So I'm going to just travel up a little bit more. Not the best travel line. So I'm going to go about 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to shift my ruler up. And I think I want to do 1/2 inch, so I'm going to shift a little bit more. And I'm just eyeballing this. I'm not doing anything super spectacular. Okay, I'm going to stitch down and stitch up. And I'm stopping at my previous stitch line. And then I'm going to use that stitch line as a travel. I'm going to move about 1/2 inch. And then again using the 2 points of the diamond, keeping them lined up along my tape line here. I'm going to do the same thing, stitching down and stitching over. Again, stopping when I get to my stitch line and travel. And I'm going to get rid of my threads here. Okay, so I'm shifting the ruler up, checking my alignment again. I'm going to use the edge of the ruler as I travel. Again, eyeballing about 1/2 inch. Bumping it up against my ruler foot and then checking both points. And I think I've got room to maybe do one more. And then I'm going to come back in later and do some fills, so I'm not overly concerned with things being perfect. A little tie off. Let's lift up that foot. Trim the thread. And voila, we've got our first diamond there. And in case you're wondering, with this tape, remember it was just an experiment. I'm just trying this out to see how I like it. So far, I've really liked it because I've had to take this particular quilt on and off of my frame a few times, and the tape has stayed in place pretty well. So I'm going to go back later and I'll have to just pull that off, kind of like doing some paper piecing. So that should be great. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing the diamonds, going all of the way around. And I'm going to put some Handi grip on first, and we'll continue in just a moment. So at this point I don't have room on my throat space to do the next set of diamonds, so I'm going to remove my clamps and advance the fabric. Another optional thing that you can do is go ahead and echo around each of the diamonds. You can do that as you're quilting, or you can go back and do it after you've already quilted the diamonds. You can use the side of your diamond template. I'm going to use my HQ mini ruler just because it fits better in my hand and it doesn't feel quite as awkward. So to do a 1/4 of an inch echo, you want to line the edge of the ruler up right with your stitching line. So I'm going to start up on this top part. So I'm going to line the edge of the ruler up on that stitch line, bring my foot over, and I'm only going as far as the edge of the heart there. So I'm going to do my tie off. And now I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to stitch out. I'm only going to stitch until the edge of my foot lines up with the edge of the next line that I'm going to be stitching on. So now I'm going to turn the ruler, and I apologize that my hand is in the way. And I'm going to do the same thing, stitch along. Once I feel like the edge of my foot, this back side is lined up with this next line, that's where I'm going to stop. Change my ruler. And I'm bumping it up against my foot, and my ruler is not all the way to the stitch line. So I'm going to take one more stitch. Now my ruler is in proper position to do my 1/4 inch echo. And then again, stopping at the heart. And you can do the echo on all of the 6 diamonds. So thank you for joining me for part 3 of the Heartfelt Wholecloth. Join me next time as we continue on with the next round.